Have you ever wondered how the traditional meat-centric British cuisine is adapting to the global trend of veganism? Well, let's dive in. Historically, British cuisine has been a hearty display of meats and dairy. Picture the classic Sunday roast, full English breakfast, or creamy Cornish pasties. But the culinary landscape of Britain is shifting, and it's shifting fast. Enter veganism, a lifestyle choice that has turned from a fringe movement into a mainstream phenomenon. No longer seen as a niche interest, it's sweeping across the globe, and Britain is no exception. The demand for plant-based options is growing, and the food industry is responding. From high-end restaurants to street food stalls, vegan dishes are taking center stage. And it's not just about substituting meat with tofu. It's about reinventing the traditional palate, creating a symphony of flavors with fruits, vegetables, grains, and legumes. Indeed, British cuisine is taking a greener turn. But how did this journey begin? The roots of veganism in British cuisine can be traced back to the mid-20th century. The year was 1944, a time when meat and 2 veg were staples on every British dinner table. But this was also the year when a small group of individuals formed the Vegan Society in the UK, sowing the seeds of a culinary revolution. The first significant milestone on this journey came in 1976 with the publication of Not Just a Load of Old Lentils, the first vegan cookbook. This was more than a collection of recipes. It was a manifesto that challenged traditional British food habits. Fast forward to the 90s, and we see a surge in vegan restaurants popping up across the country. From London to Leeds, Brighton to Birmingham, these establishments were not only catering to vegans, but also attracting the curiosity of mainstream diners. The turn of the 21st century saw an even more dramatic rise in veganism. Traditional British restaurants started to introduce vegan options on their menus, acknowledging the growing demand. The past 2 decades have seen veganism move from the fringes to the mainstream, with a 300% increase in the number of vegans in the UK since 2006. This has been powered by a mix of ethical, health, and environmental concerns. The rise of veganism in British cuisine has certainly been a gradual but powerful shift, but what does this mean for our plates? The rise of veganism has not just changed the menu, but it has also transformed the British culinary landscape. The influence of veganism on British cuisine is profound and multifaceted. It's not just about swapping out the steak and kidney pie for a plant-based alternative. It's about reimagining beloved classics with a vegan twist. Think shepherd's pie with lentils and mushrooms, or a full English breakfast with tofu scramble and vegan sausages. The vegan movement is also reshaping how we view food sourcing, with a newfound appreciation for local, organic produce. This shift champions not only our health but also the well-being of our planet. It's about reducing our carbon footprint, preserving biodiversity, and embracing sustainable farming practices. These changes demonstrate how the culinary realm can mirror societal values, reflecting our growing concern for the environment and animal welfare. So, as we see, the rise of veganism in British cuisine is not just a food trend. It is a reflection of our evolving food ethics and a step towards a more sustainable and healthier future. So what's next for the vegan movement in British cuisine? A horizon filled with tantalizing possibilities, that's what. We see a future where veganism is not just a niche, but a mainstream choice. We envision a new generation of chefs pushing the boundaries of plant-based cooking, creating dishes that are as delectable as they are sustainable. Indeed, the rise of veganism in British cuisine is a culinary revolution, changing not just what we eat, but how we think about food.